The team hopes you'll find this interesting. It's about traffic around a shopping center. This is the 4 and 6 lane road through the shopping district. The passage from a school to the shopping center. The passage from the other school. The passage from the railway station. Traffic from the main road to the school, traffic to the other school, and from the opposite direction, from the school to the center. There is a great deal of traffic all around the center.
So you would expect the authorities to take every step to protect both motorists and pedestrians. Planners would ensure nothing to hinder safety, help concentrate motorists on the traffic and avoid accidents on the roads.
Especially involving pupils attending nearby schools.
For safety reasons, we recorded at the low ebb of traffic on a Sunday afternoon. Weekday afternoons as a totally different scenario. Did they succeed? Take a look.
Similar distractions take place outside drop-off zones at schools. We won't show them for security reasons.
We recognize the apathy and inefficiency of many of those involved in the public sectors. They see things but know better than to make a fuss. This video is not directed against individuals. It is directed against a system of inefficiency that costs the country and its citizens an awful lot of money. This short video hopefully will make you think about other things that may need fixed. It is the sum of all the small corrections that increase your standard of living. We'll go into this in more detail at a later stage. Finally, if you are undecided about which view you should take, consider the ad for smash repairs. Business people usually know where to put their money for the best return.
I'd like a peach, please, or maybe an apricot.
Sorry, we have only oranges and apples. You can sometimes get a banana or a pineapple, but they are not very popular. Peaches and apricots depend upon seasonal factors, and they only sell for a short time in summer. You still get the goodness of the fruit from oranges and apples.
Translation: we don't support marginal parties. We have mainstream left and mainstream right and a central party, positioned between the two. The others can become popular for a short time, and then they fall away. It makes no difference. The core parties mostly have the same objectives and the same results, except for some cosmetic changes to make them appear different.
Democracy means everyone gets a vote. It does not mean they can vote for what they really want. It's equivalent to the magician's smoke and mirrors, fooling people, and guiding them to believe a sham.
The easiest way is to be born into a political clan. Ask the Bush clan in the USA, or Justin Trudeau in Canada, or a Churchill derivative in Great Britain, or the Gandhis in India. Ability has nothing to do with the job. It's about protecting specific interests. New clans are being formed all the time and only succeed when a great deal of money is made available to elect their candidate.
If you provide me with enough money, I can get these guys elected to any position in running the country.
The successful candidate knows what he, or she, must do to repay the benefactors, and it may not be what the Democratic voters had envisaged, if they ever hear about it.
What about further down the political system, more regional or local? It's even worse. The clans at that level have no big ambitions. They just want to line their own pockets, and they select the people to achieve this. Being very close to the electorate, they can influence their votes by subtle means, being as boring as possible, making it seem hardly worth voting, is the key to their success.
Their own supporters always turn out in droves, whilst the rest of the population could not care less.
Okay, so you have a cash flow problem and contracts have slowed down. You cannot survive more than a few months. Here's what I can do. We'll get the citizens to complain about health issues and we'll urgently arrange for the repair of housing for the needy. I'll let you know the contract prices to submit in the tender. Make sure you buy enough extra materials for a decent-sized house and store them safely for me. Okay.
The world is in a continual flux, just as the Romans were the greatest power on the planet over 2,000 years ago, and then were eclipsed by others. The same applies today. America is headed towards being a lesser power. It may even disintegrate into smaller factions with differing views, and the consequences may be catastrophic for the security of everyone. The Chinese have their own politics and their track record is less than reassuring, especially if they achieve world dominance. Russia is a shadow of the former USSR, and who has control of the country is not all that clear. Europe is something akin to describing a camel as a horse designed by a committee, but none of this matters. The development of artificial intelligence gives the unscrupulous the opportunity to climb above world politics and take charge. Who controls this field will control everyone. The new world private taxation system is through the extensive income from patents and copyrights, forcing everyone to contribute whether they benefit or not. Needless to say, the unscrupulous own a great deal of patents. The days of Stalin, Hitler and other modern dictators might seem idyllic compared to what could await us. George Orwell's 1984 could become a practical nightmare from which we will never escape. Consider this. The unscrupulous may decide the best way of dealing with climate change is to eliminate much of the world's population. Artificial intelligence and close monitoring of the population may be the tools to achieving their objectives. Intellect or thought processing ability could be to your acute disadvantage. It's the way the game has always been played. Makes you think, doesn't it?